MVP is a regular season award, but it'll hurt him next year. Remember when Derrick Rose won the MVP, and then he got embarrassed by LeBron? The following year, he had similar numbers, missed 26 games, but had similar numbers. We didn't think of him as the same D Rose. If you're an MVP and go out and just implode, it really hurts you the following year. And where people go, okay, he's great, but we've seen him against the greatest in the biggest games. Let's be honest about Steph Curry. Steph Curry, after last year's finals, I mean, he's had a great year. We don't think about him the same. We don't think about Steph now like we did a year ago.
It's a good point, but I do think what is happening in this playoffs is making me recalibrate everything about Westbrook and Harden. LeBron looks so much better than everybody else that I kind of feel silly. Like, what did I really watch during the regular season? Because, look, no one takes the regular season seriously. LeBron is showing that this time of the year is all that matters. And what I'm looking at this time of the year just makes me disrespectful of the entire regular season and the product I saw. I feel silly for not supporting LeBron all year. I usually am pro player on this one, but I do think so. You know, he wanted the MVP. You know, he said that he thought it was his award over Westbrook. You told me before that there would be no Tony Parker, that Kawhi's not going to be 100%, and he can't beat them. I think that he needs it for him. He's been to the Western Conference Finals already when they had Dwight Howard. He has D'Antoni here. They are maybe not the better team because you say it just because of Popovich. If you switch the coaches, you would say you say Houston would win, right? And he's the best player, right? Between him and Kawhi, and Kawhi's not 100%. He has to take over, redeem himself for last game with those turnovers, win, get to Game 7, and that's how you start your legacy. That's when we look back, hey, should he have got the MVP over Westbrook?
I don't think he has to necessarily win the series. I think he has to play great in the clutch. Okay, because this narrative is beginning to roll that James Harden doesn't deliver in the biggest moments of the games. He was great in Game 5 up until the last few minutes of fourth quarter and overtime. And we've seen that time and time again with him in the playoffs. So if they got to win tonight, force a Game 7. If they lose a Game 7 in San Antonio, Kawhi's great down the stretch, but Harden is great down the stretch. You can't blame it on him. I think that's enough. But if he struggles again, turning it over, missing shots, then that's going to be a problem.
Remember, most of the NBA regular season, October until February is football season. Most people don't watch. Then in March is college basketball. The NBA's always been about now. Like we all talk about, the last regular season I gave a rip about was the first year LeBron was in Miami.
Yes.
Like I was watching those games. This whole thing about regular season MVP stuff, guys, the world's most popular sport, or ours, is football. 70% of the regular season of the NBA, we ain't even watching it. So you gotta be great now. This is what we talk about 20 years from now. Now for Harden.
I 100% agree. I think, Chris, you're on an island here. Listen, you're talking about Kawhi beat up. I think LaMarcus Aldridge has a knee problem that has hurt his effectiveness. Tony Parker out. And he can't beat this team?
I don't think he has to win. Like I said, to me, the most important thing is he has to deliver in the clutch because it's a regular season award, to your point. Now, you may differ. I don't think Westbrook hurt himself by going out in the first round.
Yeah, but Westbrook, we look at that as a one-dimensional team. Let me ask you, John Wall loses to the Celtics when we know Washington's got better players. I don't care how John Wall plays. That dings John Wall. You got to beat Boston.
He's been great. He has been the one to deliver.
I'm saying if you don't, he's got better starters. If John doesn't beat the Celtics, you're like, John, come on now, you're number one pick. You got to carry a team.